Hey guys, so I'm gonna be like reading The Artist's Way and giving my authentic opinion because, first off, Doechii inspired the hell out of me because when she might have been like the first person or artist that I actually been inspired, like aside from their music. It's crazy how she's like became popular because of her music, and yet I somehow found her off of something less popular, like her YouTube videos on the book, The Artist's Way. And I started like looking at her videos and updates and inspired me to get the book. And so far I'm in like 2 weeks, but I haven't had found the time to do it. So I made time to do it right now, and I'm going to be talking about week one. So yeah, but essentially this book is like around like it's about embracing creativity within. And that sounds so vague, like, oh, we can all be creative. I'm probably already creative, but it's more than that. It's becoming more childlike and reaching towards that inner, like, joy that you once felt as a child, or if you wanted to feel as a child. Because for me, I feel like my childhood was very bright, and there was a lot of societal norms that I didn't fall into yet, and I just like felt safe and happy. There wasn't no negative opinions that I was thinking about. I was just being free and me, and I was creative about it. I didn't care about what had to be perfect. Blah 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 blah. Like you get the point, and that's what this book does. And it's so interesting because for a long time I've been journaling books and books. Like I can't even pull all of them out without them falling from my desk. But this is like not even like half the books I have. But I can't get all of them, but I've been trying to find the meaning of like happiness, and I've went through this whole journey, and I just find it really crazy that after all the books I've read, this and reality transfer transurfing is game changer, like life changing. So yeah, I just want to like dive straight into this and just like be authentic. I'm really really trying to be authentic. That's like my whole brand. That's what you're probably forever going to know me is for being authentic. That's how I want to build myself, like, and craft my future image. Because when you look at artists and all these other people and looking up in general, I just don't like the idea of people being fake. And then when I'm seeing somebody that comes from a similar background as me, and I'm like, how did they do this? And they're sitting here lying. It's like, okay, you're lying to me. How am I really supposed to? I want to be that person that's authentic and shows like, okay, this is what I did, step from step from step, and that's what I'm gonna do with this book, The Artist's Way, by Julia Cameron. And let me just start. So she just starts off about what it feels like to be around other creative people and not be creative yourself, because it ignites a sense of jealousy. And I've learned that I can use jealousy as a skill rather than something I push aside. Because when I was younger, I've been jealous of a lot of people, especially people that have been traveling. And I've always just thought I was naturally like a bad person because I had jealousy, so I pushed it away. But now, as I like read this book and stuff, I'm seeing jealousy as something or of a tool. I'm not jealous because I'm a bad person. I'm jealous because I'm reacting to a person's lifestyle or experience that I want. So I can use jealousy to see the things that I want, and that makes me closer to the person that I'm, my childlike self, my authentic self. And I just find that really beautiful. That even in the things that may seem ugly or seem bad, they all have a meaningful purpose to make you better and learn from it. And what else? And that even as like young, like as we're young, she like describes the process of how we start to like build on these norms and like what is the word to describe like covering or coding We start off as this bright light, and then as time like progresses, we get wrapped in like a mummy, like over and over, and to the point where our brightness is dimmed, and to the point we don't even look like a star. We don't even shine anymore. It's like bloop bloop, empty. It's like it's like we can't shine. For example, when a child is like just dozing off in like in space and like daydreaming, parent would be like, "Oh, stop daydreaming." And when we're going to school, we're taught to use our creative arts like writing or like singing or like it's pushed into a category of skill rather than just art and creativity. And it sucks the creative juices out like bland. And I'm trying, like really trying to get back there. And another thing about me in this like whole entire process is that I'm working entirely on faith. And I'm doing this because there's still a little bit of doubt inside of me that faith is not like real or like God or whatever the case may be, and I'm trying to prove to myself and others that it's true. And so far, I'm starting to prove to myself it's true. And there's a little problems, but I'm going to talk more about that on week 2. But let's see what else. Um, there's people even in relationships you can identify like block artists. It's this one story about this guy, and he was dating this girl who was creative. Her creative like flow, it wasn't blocked, or at least wasn't as blocked as much as he was. He was scared. His name was Jerry. He was scared to embrace his film career because of what people said about him and what he believed. So he was blocked. But his girlfriend, on the other hand, she was low key vibing. She was getting her stuff done. Blah blah blah. Her name was Lisa, and he always supported her because of that. He was jealous, so he supported her and put all his energy into her and supported her. So he's weakening and dimming his light and giving all the energy that he should have been putting into himself into her. And it's sad. And some people might be like, "Oh, but this is kind of sweet." To like give all this energy and sacrifice himself. No, at the same time, he's wasting energy on fighting himself to become creative, fighting himself to rip off all the bandage of being a mummy and becoming himself and his true creative self. Because if you are your true, authentic, creative self, you don't need to waste energy to pour into others. Your energy is abundant. You'll glow. You'll be bright, authentic. And that's literally what I feel. I feel lighter, authentic, happier the more I read this book. And I'm not even trying to advertise blah blah blah. Like with when I the main effects or probably the main things that make me probably make me feel like this is when I started doing this thing called the artist date and like the daily pages or something. It was something like that. And affirmations. These 3 things. So let me go in order though. Um the daily pages. So the daily pages, I'm supposed to wake up in the morning and go and write 3 pages, just whatever I think. I mean, whatever. Whether it's just blah, 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 blah. Literally the words blah, blah, blah. Or I was annoyed today, blah, blah. You can write anything, whether it's negative, positive, just write something and don't stop. Just keep writing and writing and writing and writing and writing and writing. And when you continually do this over and over again, it's like you'll start to get in this flow state. And life became more easier because I feel like I was releasing a sense of perfection because I have like a little issue of like perfecting like the grammar, this and that. But when I'm writing these 3 pages, I don't worry about grammar. I don't worry about nothing. I just write what's on my mind. And I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to my creative self. And every time I write the pages in the morning, a bandage slowly starts falling off. And another thing is The affirmations solidifies the bandage and confirms that the bandage has like came off, because affirmations are like one of the best antidotes to negativity, because what affirmations do is they make you believe otherwise, or help you unlearn the things that you were learned that were bad. For example, like when I was younger, I always thought that I couldn't make friends, or that I wasn't social. But it wasn't even really younger. It was high school, and now I'm in college. And I was like around a year ago, and I was like, "Hey, there's no way I can make friends." I only had about like a few friends, like probably even less than that, because I didn't know who was my real friend at the time. But back to the point. Um, damn, yeah, back to the point where I believed in this negative thing about me. But when I wrote affirmations, this is before I read the book. I I I, I'm not gonna lie. I've already been doing affirmations for a long time. Like I remember in high school, my teacher would look at me like, "Damn, what the hell is he doing?" Or like I remember this one girl, she's like, "Affirmations don't work." Blah 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 blah. Blah. And I'm looking like, now I'm like, they definitely work. It just takes time. And what I specifically said, or a few examples of what I said, it was like, I am smart, I am social, I am kind, I am happy. I would do over and over. I mean like thousands of words. I even took a picture of it, like posted on the gram and stuff. But when you do that, you start to believe it. And you know it's working when you start feeling weird. So the more you feel like iffy and like weird and uncomfortable about these affirmations you're writing, that's how you know it's working, because it's like your mind fighting with your like with the negative thoughts. And it's like going mixing, fighting, blah, blah, blah. And that's what you're feeling all around you, and that's calling that weird feeling, because you're not used to letting your creative side embrace itself anymore. So I think that's a good thing. And the artist date, of course, is taking yourself on a date. Take you, the artist, on a date. And what Julia did, I find that really cool. She separated the artist and the you as a person. So she created the artist to be like a little child. Think of the artist as a little child within you. In order to nurture and make the child happier and have a better connection with the child, is, what, take them on a date, take them out, like treat them good, talk to them positive, you know, communicate with like these things, stay consistent in positivity. And she talked about dates such as going on a walk by yourself with your artist alone, no, with no one else at all. This is for a one-on-one time with you and your artist. And another thing is probably go to the pizza shop or something, or go to a store and buy some stickers, something that you always wanted as a child, or some ice cream, or go out for a walk, or go blow some bubbles on the grass. Do something that would make the child happy. Not going to not going to the what, library and read a book. Well, probably, but a kid probably want to do that. A kid probably want to go to the business and ask their manager for a raise. I don't even want to talk in that manager thing, because I'm trying to talk from a sense of leadership, and I don't want nobody to be like, ugh. I don't want nobody to be like, ugh, like, ew, looking up to someone. But I feel like I'm going to a rabbit hole. Let me keep going. But I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, and it's just, I'm just looking at all this, and it's like purely beauty. And I'm not trying to like spoil everything. I'm just trying to give out the parts that really made me feel like I needed to talk about it. Or like a lot of things that is blocking us from becoming creative are like these negative words, like everyone will hate me, or I will hurt my friends and family. I'm gonna just talk about the ones I circle because there's a lot, and I feel like it can relate to a lot of people too. Or I will abandon my friends and family. I will upset my mother or father. I will be alone, changing my sexuality, or feel too angry, or never have real money. Because people put creative into this category of being poor, and that's not true. Well, there are poor people who are like creatives, but when you tapped into a creativity so high and abundant, do you think that your worth would be looked at as poor? No, no. Your worth is powerful, and I'm just trying to teach people that, and like teach you guys that um that you can do it. And I'm gonna prove to you that you can do it because I'm going to do it. And when I finish this book, maybe before I even finish this book, I'm going to be something great is going to check, or maybe even many things have changed and became great. But just know for a fact that I'm doing this to set an example that you can trust your faith. So no matter how crazy or coincidental things may seem, it's not a coincidence. I'm telling you this now, that this is because of faith. Faith in God, of course, the creator, because he is the person that gives the energy, and two, you and the artist. I feel like that was a lot. Damn. I'm gonna talk more about this too, because it's like I'm nowhere near done. I'm nowhere near done. But peace. Later chat.